And so this is the cringiest moment in Howard Stern's history.
Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the cringiest moments from the Howard Stern show, which I know there are a lot of. There's a lot I can cover here. I'm just scratching the surface. But these are some of the best moments I can think of and some of the funniest. Also, I've covered some of my previous videos already on this channel, so you can check those out if you enjoy this one. But yeah, let's get into it. First, I'm going to start here with a classic that I've gotten a lot of comments telling me to cover. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing here because there's a lot to it. I'm just going to cover the beginning of the Artie Lang versus High Pitch Mike feud when Artie starts laughing at High Pitch Mike's Disney trip. So Mike worked on the news team, and one day Howard had this contest to see what would be the craziest or grossest thing somebody would do for free TV. And Mike
The Disney guy.
won it by letting a trans person sit on his face for like a minute. And then around a year went by since he won the contest, and he never even opened the TV. He never used it. So then some other people on the news team started reporting on it. And one day Howard brought him to the studio to ask him questions about it. And he's just like, moving soon. It's worth a lot of money. I don't want to take it out of the box. I want to make sure it's brand new. So then Howard wanted to send a reporter to his apartment to see what the deal is. But Mike said he wouldn't let them in. So then they keep talking about how Mike's trying to hide something and how he's being weird about it. And then he starts trying to deflect by calling out other reporters, which was probably a bad idea because then somebody tells Howard that Mike went on vacation to Disney World by himself, and Artie just loses it. And Mike had to be aware of what he was getting himself into here. He was a fan of the show before he started working there, and he volunteered to do that contest. It seemed like he wanted the airtime, and maybe he wanted somebody to sit on his face. It doesn't seem like he did it for the TV at least. And then he also chose to tell people about this trip to Disney, which of course you're gonna get made fun of for on the Stern show. So this clip starts with them talking about the reporter that Howard wanted to send to Mike's apartment.
Mike, do you want to give your roommate the code word to start getting rid of the bodies in the 600-gallon drums?
I say no way Lisa G makes it back from the Bronx.
I don't think she'll come to the Bronx.
You live in a tough neighborhood?
And her of all people, Friday she's calling me a Jew.
Why is he talking like that?
She said, "Why do you have a TV in a box?" She said, "You're such a Jew."
I guess it's this natural voice.
Wow.
She's a Jew. What makes her Jewish?
She's very conservative with her money. Need I go on?
Need to go on, of course. I want to hear more. So she's conservative with her money. What else makes her Jewy?
Every time one of these Jewish holidays comes around,
Of course.
she's got to take it off. If I can work on a
Mazel tov.
Jewish holiday, you should too.
Wow. Hey, someone told me you went to Disney World for a week by yourself?
Yeah, what?
He sounds like Mickey. Talk about creepy.
Did you go up to Mickey Mouse and talk to him?
Hey, what are you doing?
Like, yeah, you went yourself?
I do want your roller coasters and shit. I mean, I'm just going on the rides.
For a whole week?
Did you get paired up with other
Singles?
Yeah, they do do that.
You couldn't find anyone to go to Disney World with you? So what do you mean a special line?
Yeah, they had a single ride line. So I didn't have to wait in any lines. I just went straight to the front.
And it just keeps getting worse somehow. And at some points you can tell Howard and Robin are kind of feeling bad for him and they're trying not to laugh, but then they just can't help themselves. And Howard keeps getting fed more information about Mike and his trip to Disney and this concert that he went to, and Artie just completely loses it. And just for some context, Mike, he was still in the closet at the time. He eventually came out on the show, but during this still obviously a lot of people knew, especially after what he admits next.
Closeted guy.
You went to a Madonna concert yourself, too. So what? Is it true, and tell me the truth, the week you were at Disney by yourself, was it also gay week?
Oh, if it was
What?
really gay,
That was the first thing you tried to point out.
faint laughing.
Was it gay
That was
week?
the first thing you tried to point out. The dates of my trip, which was before Memorial Day. The dates of my trip.
You're killing Artie. You're literally gonna get your raise.
The days of my trip
Why
overlapped
is he still
by
laughing?
one day. I was there before it started. The day it started, I was leaving.
So you were there for the kick.
Was it weird? Did any guys like approach you?
I didn't even see gays.
All right.
So you were there for a full gay day.
So you were there for Gay Pride Week?
You were there.
Excuse me. Are you here for Gay Pride? Let me tell you something. A, I admire you. It is very difficult.
I think you're the greatest guy
You're
ever.
a brave young man.
These guys are the best. No, you just made the greatest radio of all time. This kid deserves a raise.
I'm glad you had it.
You were great. I want to go with you to Disney World next time. So at least we'll go. We'll bird. It can't be gay week though. Whatever heterosexual week is, we'll go, and then and we'll shut this guy up here. Good job. Oh man, I love Mike.
Yeah, so you gotta give Mike credit for handling it well and providing one of the most memorable radio moments of all time, possibly. But it doesn't end there with him and Artie, and this turns into a giant feud. It gets really heated, but I think eventually when Mike comes out, then they make up and have a moment, and I think everything was good after that, if I remember. And I believe the whole saga is on YouTube if you want to listen to it. But I'll probably make a whole video just covering that at some point as well. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to the
10 hours
next topic
seas.
here. We have another high-pitched individual, high-pitch Eric, who's part of the Whack Pack, and they bring him on the show to try to hit on this homeless girl who probably should be part of the Whack Pack. She's really out there, and she decided to hitchhike from Oklahoma all the way to New York City to try to get on the show.
How is homeless girl in there?
So she could tell Howard and his audience about her theories on religion and the devil and the meaning of 666. So Howard decides to give her a chance, but he immediately regrets it, and he just tells her to get medicated and seek help.
I'm telling you from my heart, you need some help.
Yes, I did. That's why I came to see if you would speak with me.
I think that's- I don't think I'm equipped.
What is the content
I'm not
though?
equipped to
Come
help you. The
on.
kind of help you need is found at a hospital where they can sedate you and get you back on the road to perhaps functioning in society.
Is that what you truly believe?
Yes, I believe you should be on medication and you're not taking it. Am I correct or am I not? Have you stopped taking your medication?
There's no need for medication.
But didn't you-
It is a scam.
Weren't
It
you
is
once on
complete-
medication?
I need to either be able to write a letter or communicate in some
It's a scam, so
way, shape, or form with a gentleman named.
you heard it here, man.
His show name Ozzy Osbourne.
All right. Okay, listen to me. Ozzy Osbourne, I think before you communicate to him, you really should go get some help.
That's what.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I came.
To you, she came from.
I know, but I can't help you with that. You need to see a doctor.
A doctor for what? What?
A doctor because your thoughts are not all clear.
Well,
And I don't think it's going to be Ozzy Osbourne or me.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be Ozzy.
But I think you gotta
Osbourne.
find some
You-
professional.
but If you actually.
Rob, you better get me out of this. Tell me what to
you
say.
Actually.
Howard, would she not be a perfect match for High Pitch Eric?
Yes.
She would be
Oh my
perfect.
God.
We know
I might find a friend for you. I might have a friend for you, High Pitch Eric. Would you want me to introduce you to him?
Oh my God.
I would like to answer any questions.
I don't have a question for. All right, thanks anyway. I got to go do the news. Okay. Nice meeting you. Well, there she goes. Her name is Sunny. Bye, Sonny. Go
I have a
ahead.
question.
I gotta go. What?
Actually, my name isn't Sunny.
All right, but that's okay. Whatever your name is, let's keep it off the air. Whatever your real name is. I don't want to get too involved.
Well, actually, okay, I said 666. Okay, and there's a terminology used in Revelations.
He's the devil, guys.
Yeah, so Howard thought she was crazy and was trying to get her out of the studio, but that was a good idea from Casey, you know, having her interact with High Pitch, because this turns out to be hilarious. They bring him in the next day to try to hit on her, and she doesn't want to open her eyes when he walks in, and she tries to be polite about it and turn him down right away, but Eric is persistent, and he has no shame. Like, seriously, I don't think it's possible for him to feel embarrassment, and he just can't stop staring at her with his mouth hanging open, and obviously she just wants nothing to do with him, but she's there because she wants to talk to Howard and his audience
Oh, that's kind of cringe.
about her ideas and theories and everything.
What are you doing? What are you doing tonight? You want to go to a bar and drink and go to the beach?
Actually, I have to go to sleep and wake up tomorrow.
Oh, you shot down on? Why?
Why do you have to go to sleep?
I thought you were looking for. I have to intervene. I thought you were looking for a friend, Sonny. The guy's a friend. He's talking.
Why do you have to go to sleep? You're not going to sleep.
Sleep? You got nowhere to sleep.
Yeah, I do.
You get under the stars. You're in love with her?
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew this was a perfect love connection.
Well, Eric would fall in love with a stump.
You really are beautiful.
Tell her you'd like to rub up against her.
Can I rub up against you? Can I French kiss you?
Oh, God.
The music and all, come on.
Would you guys like to hang out together?
Tara.
Actually, I don't think that I mean, to be completely honest, I really don't think that I have anything in common with.
Live rejected,
If you want
nice.
to make a move on me, then let me.
Well, I'll tell you right now, there won't be any moves on yours.
You never know.
Yeah, I might fall and need some assistance.
Well, why don't
What if we fall in love with each other?
Love. What is love?
You know what love means. Let me French kiss you. Can I French kiss you, please?
No.
Why?
Because.
Tell her what you want to hear.
Yeah. Tell her you love mental patients. Tell her you love
You love blondes. You love watching people on the street as they walk by. People watching. You love rock and roll.
you love walking in the park.
sleep under trees.
New York's a great city.
Go sit down and think of something yourself. Because
I love eating Snicker bars.
right.
You like to eat crates of Snicker bars.
Tell
Tell her how you love to go on the internet and eat while you're on the internet.
When I go on your day, Taco Bell. Let's go to the library and hang out.
Well, that's when I'm down here. That's what I'm gonna run and do. That's what I.
So I'll run with you.
Yeah. About half a block.
I'll have a heart attack.
How long
I'm
is it
just getting awkward and awkward.
to the library?
Sonny, you don't like Eric?
It's not that I don't like him. It's just they're like, okay. How do you describe the value of people? I'm not saying you're valueless.
Yes,
at all.
you are.
Because if you were valueless, I wouldn't even talk to you. I would like.
Yeah, so
You
unfortunately,
just say the word,
there's no
bruh.
love connection for High Pitch, but she does tell him if he ever runs into her on the street, he can at least say hi, so that's something. All right, so now to the next topic here. There's another contest they're doing one time, and this guy won $1,000, but then I guess he wasn't happy with that, so at the end, he pretended to fall and get hurt, and basically refused to get up, and Howard was getting really pissed about it, and I couldn't find the video of him falling, but everybody could tell it's fake. Like, he didn't even sell it very well, and it was also weird because he kept making jokes about it at the same time, so I think he might have been doing this more just for the attention than the money, you know, because also he already won $1,000, and then once he refused to get up, Howard said, all right, we're not giving it to you, but I think he believed this was going to be funny or something, but nobody was having it, and Howard
Okay. Actually, that's just money,
was losing his
nice.
patience. His also his wife was in the studio as well, or she was supposed to be on for the next segment, but he didn't want to bring her in with this guy on the floor.
So we're off the air.
You really think I slipped on purpose?
I'm gonna get off. Let's go. I don't need any help here. Let's go.
Oh, I'm injured. I really can't even move.
Actually, cringe shit.
Stop running. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I'm not faking it. You really think I'm faking this?
Get up. We're gonna give you $1,000. You won, and now come on, get up.
You used to be a nurse, right?
Come on, get
You used to be a nurse, right?
Get up.
You used to be a nurse.
Stop fooling around.
I'm not really lying. I slipped over his spine.
And yeah, you took really a hard fall.
Do you want the 1,000 or not?
Of course I
All
want.
right, get up and stop pushing. You know, we're pretty good guys here. You don't have to go out in front of the Tony Dancer show and do this. We'll make a fortune. Come on. I watched it. It was lame. It was bad. It was poorly executed. You gotta get better.
How is it that everybody makes
Do
money
you want
at the
$1,000 or not? We got to move along.
I can't stay here?
No.
Just meditate?
No.
Dude,
Come on.
stop the stupidity, dude. Just
Dude, we have a show to do.
All right, I'll crawl.
All right.
Okay.
Ronnie, can you help me?
No,
just get
we're
up.
not man. We're freaked out by you. It's like you're doing a lame thing, and I'm telling you.
That's ridiculous.
Get the fuck up!
Why is he even doing this, bruh?
I'm not shitting you, man. You want no $1,000? Call a lawyer. We're sort of in a weird situation right now. We got a guy in the studio who won't leave. Dude, whatever you want to do. You want to lay on the floor? Lay on the floor. What? What did you say? No, I want to hear what he said. What did you say about Tony Danza? What about him?
He is so dumb.
You hate Tony Danza?
You were injured on the floor and you're worried about Tony Danza.
Oh, no. I mean,
If you're going to pretend to be injured, at least, you know, rise in pain.
injured, yeah.
Don't, I mean, you've cracked about a million jokes here while you're laying on the floor.
I'm just talking very senselessly.
Okay.
I told you, don't bother with this guy.
All right. Oh, I see. You're in a coma. We gave you $1,000.
Doing this on purpose.
Yeah, you think
He's
you're doing it
already
on
was
purpose.
scooting around on the floor. He's a worm.
You were scooting around on the floor. You're cracking jokes about satellite. Cracking jokes about Tony Danza.
I'm doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
Now the voices. I'm not doing this on purpose.
You're just creepy, dude. You're creepy.
How am I creepy?
How are you creepy?
Let me count the ways. I used to do taxes. I'd stand out as an Uncle Sam in an Uncle Sam outfit.
Right.
Texas? What does that have to do with anything?
All right, we're going to get the cops to take you, okay?
And I think that's eventually what happens. And everybody there is like, damn, there's a lot of weird shit that's happened on the show, but this might be one of the most bizarre moments on here. And it's crazy he gave up $1,000 here just for some stupid stunt he was doing that he clearly wasn't going to get anywhere with. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. But I think people did say he's a comedian or he's trying to be a comedian or something. So he probably thought this would be some way to get his name out
Got this videos or whatever.
there maybe, but obviously it did not work. All right, so now there's just one more moment I want to get to here. And again, this is a classic. You know, I think this is probably one of the most memorable moments from the show. It's when they aired Howard's producer Baba Booey's love tape. He made this tape like after his girlfriend broke up with him, trying to get her back and like confessing his love for her and talking about how he needs her in his life and all this stuff. And it is rough, you know, as expected. Like once somebody brought this up, like somebody called in who is now dating Gary's ex-girlfriend or something like that, and he said that she told him that Gary made this tape for her, and Howard's like, no way. And Gary runs in there, he's like, yeah, unfortunately. And Howard's like, all right, we got to see this. And at first, Gary obviously doesn't want to show it, but then they start raising some money. And I think eventually they get around like $20,000 to give him. So there's a lot of anticipation surrounding this, and they had multiple different showings. Like some guys paid I think 10 grand to sit in the studio and watch it for the first time with everybody. And Gary's in the studio with them, but he can't watch it. Like he's so uncomfortable. And I think he said this girl broke up with him because he just wasn't giving her enough attention, and some other guy stepped in. And also I think he said they got back together after this at some point. So maybe the tape worked in a way, but you know, it's just embarrassing, and this is not something you want to show anybody. Like one of the callers described it pretty well. They said it's seeing a male at his most vulnerable point. Even though Gary said he made this tape 7 months after they broke up. So usually, you know, after that amount of time, you'd think he'd be over it, but I guess not. And he felt like he had to win her back with this tape.
If you still care about me, you'd see me. You would be afraid to see me if you still cared about me. And I think you still do care about me. I think in the distant future, it'd be the possibility of I don't want to be running around anymore. I do want to get married. And yeah, I could see myself marrying you.
He's stuttering, bro.
If you were interested in marrying me, but I was afraid of commitment. And I know you think I was insensitive, but a lot of it comes from that because I was afraid that anything I did for you that was good, you know, any kind of love I showed you or any kind of little things I did would only lead you more down to a way that I didn't feel at the time. I think you're gonna, let me try to explain. I felt in my mind, how could I do that if I don't love her? And then she's gonna say, oh, he must love me because he did that. That's why I didn't do a lot of romantic things. I am a pretty romantic guy, and I know you find out. I want to do things for you. I know I was kind of insensitive before, and
You're my producer.
I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Nothing's been the same since the last time. I don't even try to hide that. None of the relationships have worked because of you, man. I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
Actually, sweet.
I lost my lover, and I lost my best friend. And you lost your lover, and you lost your best friend. Okay, so that's pretty even. But you gained.
This is a math. It's an equation. It's a calculation from hell.
Wait a second.
Now here's what she gained.
You gained a best friend. I gained a couple of lovers. Or I gained one lover. Yeah. But I gained no friends. There's nobody there to come home to call, to tell all the great stuff. To change my camp.
Oh, wait, because he's coming up to how he explains his life.
Right.
My professional life is like at a 9, and my personal life is at like a 2.
Now he's sexing her up. He's like, right now I'm at a 9 professionally, sir.
See this t-shirt? Give it all yours.
That's like to say, listen, man, I'm pretty sure I'm going places.
I'm headed someplace, yeah.
But my love life's at a 2.
Hold on, time for more Baba Booey math.
You see. Well, I can tell you, what going back out with me would solve a lot of problems.
I wouldn't need to spend any money on hookers.
Solve a lot of problems. I wouldn't have to change my teeth.
I'd be less horny. I would be making no more videos.
Yeah, I can save on videotape. Here comes baby talk.
Shit, man, I want you to be part of my life again. And I just, you know, I don't know what else to say.
You should see everybody watching this tape.
I'm not begging now. I'm a little bit tight.
I'm too macho.
I'm as close to begging as you can get.
Was that the baby talk?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I gotta hear that again.
No, you. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
I'm a little bit tight.
What is happening, bro?
What did he say? Another big No, another big Only bacon is not bacon.
I'm not apologizing.
I'm stupid type.
Yeah, so you at least got to give Gary some credit for sitting through this. And it made for one of the best radio moments of all time. You know, like all the comments are talking about that, and they're pretty funny. They're like, take it easy on Gary. He lost his lover and his best friend. But yeah, I thought those were some of the cringiest moments. You know, obviously there are a lot of other ones I'm sure people are thinking of, and I might have covered them already, or I might get to them in the future. You know, I'll keep making videos like this as long as I don't have any problems with it.
Let's
But
pick up
yeah, if you want to
again.
hear more